gonna go later. Can you be my tutor? You about to feel like tussle. Can you be my tutor?
So the question says the Hedge Corporation manufactures only one product, and that is the planks, right? So the Hedge Corporation manufactures only one product, the planks. The single raw material used in making planks is the dint. Okay, so the single raw material used in making planks is the dint. For each plank manufactured, 12 dints are required. So for each plank manufactured, 12 dints are required. Assume that the company manufactures 150,000 planks per year. That demand for planks is perfectly steady throughout the year. That it costs 2,000 kwacha each time dints are ordered, and that the carrying costs are 80 kwacha per dint per year. Required, A says determine the economic order quantity of dints. B says what are the total inventory costs for the hedge. And C says how many times per year would inventory be ordered. Okay, so what we are looking for is the order or the economic order quantity on A. Under B, we're just looking for the total variable cost. You've seen it's been written as total inventory cost for hedge. And then C says is just asking us basically to find the number of orders. Okay, so how many times per year would inventory be ordered? So a question like this might look basic, easy and stuff, but you really need to understand what exactly is going on in order for you to break it down and answer it correctly. So let's start again from the beginning. The Hedge Corporation manufactures only one product, the planks, right? So it manufactures only one product, and these are planks. However, these planks use raw materials, and it says the single raw material used in making planks is the dint. So the raw material here is the dint. So for each plank manufactured, 12 dints are required. So for each plank manufactured, 12 dints are required. And if we look at the required part A, right, on the required section, part A, it says determine the economic order quantity of dints. So what we are calculating, what we are looking for here is dints. All right, we're basically calculating for dints. The economic order quantity for dints, the total inventory cost for ordering dints, okay, for ordering and holding dints, and we're also looking for the number of times we order these dints. Okay, so just here it says the single raw material used in making planks is the dint. For each plank manufactured, 12 dints are required. Okay, so we're going to start here by saying, so for one plank, it's going to require us to have 12 dints. Okay, so in order for us to basically manufacture one plank, we need 12 dints. So we're breaking down the question here. And then we're going to assume that the company manufactures 150,000 planks per year, that the demand for planks is perfectly steady throughout the year. So this 150,000 that we see here is the demand for planks, all right? It's not the demand for dints, but it's the demand for planks. So we need to find what the demand for dints is. Demand for dints, okay? So we need to find this guy. So we know what the demand for planks is, but we do not know what the demand for dints is. So we know that the demand for planks is 150,000. So we're going to just do a um, simple mathematics here by saying 150,000 planks here. So we're going to put 150p, but we're looking for x, right? We're looking for the demand for dints. So the demand for planks is 150,000. That's the total number of planks that have been manufactured. We now need to know the number of dints, all right, that went into manufacturing these 150,000 planks. So we're just going to do a bit of some cross multiplication here. So we're going to say 1 times x will give us x, and then we're going to say 12 times 150,000 planks. What is 12 times 150,000 planks? Anyone to assist us with the answer quickly?
Giving me 1,800,000.
Okay, so the answer here is 1,800,000 800,000. So demand for DINs is 1,1800,000. So that's our demand. Okay, we found what our demand is. So from this question, what exactly is our ordering costs? All right, we need to also find our ordering costs. So here the question further goes on to say that the demand for planks is perfectly steady throughout the year, that it costs 2,000 kwacha each time DINs are ordered. So automatically our ordering costs there are 2,000. Okay, and that the carrying cost, so the carrying cost just simply means the holding costs. So the carrying cost is just another way of saying holding costs. So the carrying costs are 80 kwacha per DINT per year. So our ordering or our holding cost rather is 80 kwacha per DINT per year. Okay, we now have that information there. So now we can go ahead and now start looking at part A under the required. So part A says what? Determine the economic order quantity of DINs. So remember that just before we started the class, we did mention what the formula is. So the formula here obviously is going to be Q is equals to square root of 2 times our order cost times our demand divided by what? Our holding cost. Okay, so that's our Q there, our Q formula or our economic order quantity formula. So now we're just going to substitute here. So we're going to have 2 times our ordering cost, which is what? 2,000. So we're going to have 2,000 there times our demand. What's our demand? 1,800,000. Okay, 1,800,000 divided by what? Our holding cost or our carrying cost in this case, which is how much? Which is 80 kwacha. 80 kwacha. So let us break this down. What is 2 times 2,000 times 1,800,000?
Uh, yeah, 7,200,000,000.
Okay. And then when we divide that by 80, what do we get?
When you divide by 8, okay, that
Mhm.
is 90 million.
Okay. So we have 90 million. Then what's the square root of 90 million?
9,486.83.
Okay, so we have 9,486.83. Okay, so this is our economic order quantity, but to just simplify it further, we're going to round it off. And so when we round it off, it's going to give us 9,487. Okay, so 9,487 units. Just erase that and write that properly. So 9,487 units is our economic order quantity. Fine, we've solved for A and we are done just like that. Yeah, so what are total inventory costs for Hedge? That's part B. Okay, so what are total inventory costs for Hedge? So remember that we gave our total inventory cost, or in this case, our total variable cost as T is equals to our order quantity, our economic order quantity times our holding costs divided by 2 multiplied by our ordering quantity, our ordering costs times our ordering quantity, which is Q, sorry, our demand here. This is supposed to be our demand. Our ordering cost multiplied by our demand divided by our order quantity. All right, our economic order quantity. So this is our formula here. Now we're going to substitute for, right? So if we're going to substitute, we know that our order quantity in this case is what? 9,487. So 9,487 multiplied by our holding cost, which is 80 kwacha, divided by 2. This is supposed to be addition, sorry, not multiplication. So this is supposed to be a plus here, plus there. Okay. And so we're also going to substitute there as well. Our ordering cost was how much? Was 2,000. So we're going to put 2,000 there times our demand of 1,800,000. So I'm just going to squeeze it there because it's too long. And then our order quantity again of 9,487. So that's our order quantity. So let's find our total cost. So 9,487 times 80 will give us how much?
It gives us 758,960.
Okay, divided by 2, what do we get?
Divided by 2, we get 379,480.
So 379,480. Okay. And then on the other side, right? What do we get when we multiply 2,000 times 1,800,000 divided by 9,487?
It gives us 379,466.64.
Okay. So it gives us 376.64. Okay, so that's what we have. So what we are going to do now in this case is we're going to add the two. 379,480 plus 379,466.64. That should give us how much? Our total cost of how much?
758,946.64.
So 758.
946.64.
946.64. So we can just simply round this off to 758,947 kwacha. This now becomes our total inventory cost for the year. All right. So just that, our total inventory cost, our total variable cost. We've solved that. And then we move on now to part C. Part C says how many times per year would inventory be ordered? So who remembers how to find the number of orders?
Isn't it demand over quantity?
Okay.
D over Q, sorry.
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you very much. So number of orders is going to be demand over quantity. So what's our demand for DINs in this case?
It's 1,800,000.
Okay. And then what's our order quantity?
Um, 9,487 units.
Okay, so 9,487 units. Thank you very much. Okay, so when we divide the two, what do we get?
189.7.
189.7. Okay, so that's what we get. So we can easily round this off to 190 orders. And we are done. We have answered the entire question.
Walk on the corner later. Can you bring my juice out? We about to feel like too so.